Greetings everybody and welcome back to Rebuilding the Commonwealth with myself. It is a new week, a new set of uploads. I say a week, 4 days, because I missed yesterday because I was doing some stuff. Just to put it bluntly, doing some stuff. But here we are. So remember, like, comment, subscribe because they help me out. Helps everybody know the Commonwealth is being rebuilt. Thank you everybody who subscribed in the last while and anyone who has subscribed in general because we have now hit 500 subscribers. And do you know what that means? That means we got the community tab, baby. Hey! Oh, it's been a long while. I saw it bouncing up from like 499 to 498 to 499, 497, 499, and suddenly we're there. And I've got so much appreciation for you guys. You guys make putting the series together even more worthwhile than it already is. So believe me, I appreciate every single one of you, and I always will. So really appreciate your support. If you want to follow me on Twitter, by the way, it's in the description below. If I have any life updates, they'll probably be there. But hey, one day this might be my full-time job at this rate. How cool is that? So, as before, we are at Croup Manor, and we are building this little offshoot of the camp, the Quincy Remnant's hut. I really like the idea of the Quincy Remnant hut because it helps us use some of that crappy null and void space that we would have had otherwise. And I had a few more ideas for it while I was otherwise preoccupied. And although I really enjoy having this trash over here as a kind of makeshift camp, I think we can do even more with the spot and turn it from a hut into an actual camp. And I quite like this dune that really creates a buffer space between the fence and the hut. Like having a big fat no entry sign that nobody really wants to cross. So what I'm going to do here is clear away these rocks again. And I'm going to move this garden deco just a little bit further up. I'm also going to remove these rock clusters because I have another idea. Now we're going to go into the CVC here. Oh, frame rate dip there. And under, was it Deadlands? I can never remember the CVC stuff. I don't use it enough ever to find out. I think it's under grounds, actually. Yeah, other. Yes, we got these concrete paths. Now, obviously, these are very heavy dirt. Dirt sides and all that. I don't particularly want a really long one, but I think we're going to have to go with this for now. Okay. So like before, I'm going to dip it down and then we're going to rotate it upwards so that it matches up the concrete path here. That will mean, of course, having to fuck about with it, but that's not a problem at all. I think that dips a bit too harshly now, so we'll bring it back up. I don't mind if it doesn't match exactly, just as long as we don't have any really ugly seams underneath. That's the main point here, is not to have any seams. That's fine, but I think we can push it a bit further away. Make it look a bit more run down. Yes, this looks like it could have been a path which collapsed during the bombing, perhaps, during the the pre-war era. So once the bombs fell, this path would have fallen to pieces. Yeah, that will do fine. That transition actually looks surprisingly natural. Yeah, I really liked how that bit turned out. Yeah, so I'm going to have this concrete path. Now, I don't like having to destroy big parts of the terrain like this, but I think it's going to be worth a gamble here. So we're going to take away these brambles and those rocks. These rocks here are quite integral, but how integral is the question. If I were to budge these down just by a couple of units, along with this one, just for continuity's sake, that frees up just a little bit of extra space just here. Now, under prefabs, can I fit one of these shacks here? So there has to be one without any ground in it. Wow, that's huge. No thank you. These are all too big here. These are all big Diamond City things, that's the issue. I mean, something like this would be ideal, but it's a bit too big for this. I might have to custom build it. The concrete floor there is good, but again... Nah, these are too big. I mean, this canopy looks like it might have some practical applications, but these things look a bit too ready. Some of them, a little bit too ready. I might have to custom build it. Oh wow! I can actually put a full-size bridge out into the water. You know, that wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. That's it. Let's, can these snap? Yes, they can. Oh my god, it does actually go out that far. Goes literally right to the border. You know, I actually quite like that. I'm going to remove these rocks too, because under snappy builds, I think it's snappy builds, I'm looking for the resources kit which came with it. Or is it this one? Oh, it's not under that. It's here, isn't it? Nope. Oh, for goodness sake. In case you're wondering, what I'm looking for is the big fish traps which came with this. That's a lot of stuff we have here. It's not settlement markers. Is it settlement markers? I don't think it is somehow. No, I will have to find it elsewhere. Far Harbour. No, I will find it off camera. That will just take me too long to find it. Now, I don't really want to go with the same style as this, but I might have to. Yeah, we're going to go with the shack foundation here. Big shack. Big shack. It's almost like having a little shanty town off the side of Croot Manor here. Well, so it's not because these Minutemen hate everybody, but they're kind of stuck in their ways, is the best way to put it. Do I have a half for this pier shack? Like a half wall? A half floor even? No, we don't. Does the box standard vanilla wood have some wood panels? Just a half. I mean, I think that's basically the same foundation piece. Well, I'll tell you what, let's put these in. I'm going to lower these down. Yeah, I want these to look a little bit rough and ready, as it were. I've got all these roof boards to make up for these too, but I don't want to use them. Warehousing had some posts in it, I'm pretty sure. But I don't think it's in this one. I think it's in a snap build here. Snap build. I like it. Okay, maybe it's not here either. I don't know, part of me feels like I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff. I've been looking through them today going, where on earth is my stuff? But I'm gonna put this basic shack up here. Do we have doorways? Yes, we do. These are just doorway caps. Oh, it's modular. Okay. Not a fan of these modulars, I'll be honest with you. Damn, my choices are so bad. They're so bad. Homemaker. I was about to say, please tell me I have warehouse. So I'm going to put in these metal pieces. Now the reason I'm putting metal in is because the architecture will vary ever so slightly from the rest. And that little bit of variation will just add a bit more feeling to this being a shanty town. That was outside of the settlement area, if you want to know something then. I don't know why, but there's a little pocket of the settlement there which is not apparently included in the build area. I can only blame all settlements extended for that. Now I think just having the two there would be fine. Those warehouse metal steps are far, far too long for what I need. Pier shacks. Do we have the little access staircase for any of these? No. A pity. It's fine though. We have the standard wood stairs that I can use here. See, hear that? That's because that is outside of the settlement. That is not. For some reason. Don't ask me why. Because I couldn't tell you. That's it. Miscellaneous, I think, had some fences I could use. I feel like that fence is the wrong way around. I feel like it should be the other way. But it's a rough and ready shanty town. It really doesn't matter too much. Perfect. And I think this is just tall enough to have a very simple set of steps going up to it. Now, do we have any half walls in here? No. That was what I was afraid of, but I do have a backup plan this time, which is in the form of these. This. Now the corrugated metal look I don't think looks too good. I think these are caps for the walls. So I'll slap these in. Now these shack walls look like they've been put together at least relatively professionally. I mean, okay, they're not amazing, but they're fine for what we're intending to do. I mean, it has a metal roof, so we can put this in. And we can put in the flat metal. I don't like the idea of it missing a corner, so we'll just put the corrugated metal in. Like so. Now we do have some doors to use. Now that's a simple shack, so that will just have this in. A simple big shack. Sorry. Whenever I think of the word shack, I just think of that meme, Big Shack. Yeah, excellent. So up here, this would be home to a couple of Minutemen who might be on night watch. They might like an ocean view. They might feel more at peace when the sea is in view. So, you know, who said Minutemen couldn't have their own kind of mental problems? I say problems, you know, their mental quirks. You know, I mean, they have just come from Quincy, one of the most war-torn places in the entire Commonwealth as of late. So, you've got a couple of the Quincy remnants here. Maybe one can be up at the daytime or one can be up at night. They're sort of on rotation, as it were. So I quite like the idea of that. Containers. They're definitely going to have some ammo containers right here at the end. So a trunk for their personal stuff, that would make perfect sense. These tend to be used for explosives, so that is also a pretty good idea to have up here. And then of course your ammo. I'm not sure why those won't snap on top of each other. But, I mean, they're vanilla. If anything, they should be working best. These guys definitely have a duffel bag up here. An emergency med kit, just in case. They'll have a little table in that corner. Maybe they've got their own sort of audio diary that they're listening and taking care of. They'll have their own keys to the hut, so we'll have a key fob sitting around. And of course they have their cat stash. I'll put a few of these downstairs too. Ammo bag, that's not going to be an uncommon sight. And of course the notorious set of subway tokens, which seem to find their way around every settlement. No settlement can get away from these subway tokens because they're a bit like a currency around here. And if you want to tell the time, you've got your little pocket watch there. Also, under furniture, do we have a radio? Is it a radio? I'm pretty sure we have a radio here. That's televisions. It's not going to be under electronics, is it? Nope. Tell you what am I doing today? I really don't know. I don't know what is wrong with me today, but my coordination has been really badly off. It's not that I don't want to do this, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be recording, but my god is my coordination off. Radio freedom. I can't hear a thing. I don't dare put down another one because copyright. Candles. Yeah, of course. Candles would be a thing up here. Because, well, they don't have an actual light in this hut, so... A fire barrel. Just a little bit of extra light up here. Nice. Ooh, it's just occurred to me. Can I place some food stuff around here somewhere? Cutting fish, no. And I can place some of this. They may have a rowboat in the water. Maybe not one that they use very much, but they may have a rowboat just hanging about here. And maybe as the agreement that they can keep themselves to themselves or practice their own Minuteman stuff, their own Minuteman practices and everything. I mean, it wouldn't be a poor thing over here. Oh, here we go, fish farm. It wouldn't be unrealistic to say, okay, you can do your own thing, but you have to at least provide for the settlement. So maybe the Minutemen out here were given the task of creating some kind of fish income. So a fish farm. And I mean, they're in the perfect place to protect this damn thing, aren't they? How much of that is in the water? A decent amount, but I think it needs to go down a little bit more. Yeah, that's not a bad one. So yeah, they can have a fish farm set up here. Excellent. And now, under the CVC decorations and other stuff, we can make this place look a little bit more fortified. So perhaps underneath here they've fortified this with a bit of barbed wire. It wouldn't be unrealistic for them to do that. Yeah, I like that. It doesn't, you know, look completely out of place or anything. Let me just pop this in here, because that does look like it finishes in the middle of nowhere. Now, under defense, the guard posts, of course, there are these kind of like check hedgehogs and those teeth, those concrete teeth. Where are they? Concrete teeth. This is it, dragon's teeth. Let's put a few of these here. A bit like they've fortified this beach area. That will then make up for the lack of rocks that I have down here. Because, you know, the Minutemen would have upgraded the defences here. I mean, we can almost look at this like both a flood defence and defence from the shore. Not that they're particularly anticipating amphibious raiders, but it does certainly help the cause a little bit. I just want to make the gaps in these look a little bit more uniform. That's it. I think one more just here will do the trick. That's it. Excellent. So they've got some defense down there. Ooh, there's a point actually under the turrets for defense. Why can't they have spotlights? Maybe there's spotlights operating from underneath. And a small generator. So these are 2 power each and provide 2 defense. So do we have a generator that we can make quite small? Does Homemaker have power? I think these just have big industrial ones. Why would I put a small fusion down when I could just get a big fusion and get 100 power instead of 20? Does CVC have some decent power? A windmill. Wow, the size of that. Oh, an engine. Yeah, an engine would... an engine would not be a bad shout. Oh, hello. Gonna have to swim my way out. Oh, there we go. There we go. So there we've got a couple of spotlights out on the water. That has got 8 power and we're using 4. So that leaves us enough room to put an offensive turret here too. Yes, I'm well aware that these will not be functional because they tend not to attack from the water side. But the amount we're doing here will drastically reduce the possibility that attacks will destroy parts of the settlement. That's it. Brilliant. So that is lit up by candles. Let's put a couple of these little industrial lights on this side. That also gives us space to give the Minutemen on this end a place to sit down, you know, a place to enjoy themselves, or at least try and forget the horrors of Quincy. Not exactly an easy task, given what you've probably had to deal with. Just a little table there, just for you to sit out and, you know, contemplate things. Or you could go sit down here at the end of the pier, sit in the little rowboat. I mean, technically this would be the start of the Minuteman Navy. I have had a couple of suggestions in the comments for a Minuteman Navy, and I certainly don't hate the idea. Yeah, I think that spotlight adds a good bit of ambience on that side. Those streetlights need a direct connection. Oh my god, that is very bright. Now, we're keeping this place kind of rustically lit, so, you know, campfires, candles, that sort of stuff. You know what, I think that's all we're going to need, to be honest. I can decorate as we go. So this place has got enough for a squad of 5, 6, 7. So we've got 7 more Minutemen to join as kind of ragtag special forces almost. Now these guys are going to be hard as nails. And I am taking applications for their names, but I want a really good bit of backstory for each of them. These guys are going to be like the pride of the Minutemen. These guys are the most veteran of the veteran. They came back to the Minutemen because they saw how much arse we were starting to kick. Otherwise they would never have come back. So if you're going to suggest a name for the particular Quincy Remnants, I'm going to give it 3 or 4 episodes of comments, and I want you guys to give me both the name and a healthy bit of backstory. Think about that one carefully, because hey, these guys are full of pride. These guys are full of zest. And I think I'm going to try and make their uniforms a tad bit unique, just so that they look a bit more ragtag, as it were. So let's get to Captain Hartfield, or Sergeant,
General?
And recruitment.
Let's see what you have.
Squad.
Why not
Hi
hire
guys.
some guards?
So I want. Also, this means we don't have to put as many Minutemen guards here because we have the Quincy Remnants to keep the place safe.
Guards, huh?
One.
We need good people
Oops.
for the Minutemen.
I'm afraid we can't.
Why not hire some guards?
2.
Guards, huh?
Why not hire some guards?
3.
Guards, huh?
Sure. Why not hire some guards?
4.
Guards, huh?
Why not hire some guards?
5.
Guards, huh?
Uh-huh. Why not hire some guards?
6.
Guards, huh?
Why not hire some guards?
7. Oh. Oh, I thought I'd overspent there.
That's all for now, Sergeant.
That brings our settlement total up to 47. I don't think that's too bad of a ratio of guards to settlers. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the ground floor, 6 up in the bar, 7 on the roof, 8 on that balcony over there, 9 in there, 7 of the Quincy Remnants, that's 16. 16 out of 48, so that's a third. A third of the settlement is currently Minutemen. And we're probably going to need a few more. Really? I can assign you the stuff? Oh, okay, no I can't. Because you're not part of who I actually requested. Yeah, we're going to need a few more to make sure we account for night and day rotations. This place is looking amazing. I actually really like how this turned out. Still has a few more things I need to do to it, but hey. Yeah, we're going to need a few more day and a few more night shift guys, or we can rotate with the existing stock. Like, I'm sure I can just put him out here at night, and maybe one other here, stood watching at night. And these guys go to bed at night time, so we've got one person watching them, watching over this piece of the camp here. I think this place is coming along really nicely. Let me just sleep and get the Minutemen I've hired over here, and we'll start assigning them to jobs. So let's sleep for 6 hours. Lovely. You better have defended yourself.
General.
These guys are actually addressing me now, which is nice. I mean, there's nothing I can really do to stop settlers like that going into the Quincy Remnant camp. There's nothing I can do about that. But I can at least give the aesthetic. Settlers go where settlers want, so not much I can do about that. Question is, where are my new Minutemen? They're probably out back at the bar, aren't they?
Hey, General.
Okay, no they're not. Ah, here's one, I reckon. Yes. Welcome to the Quincy Remnants. You are one of the first people. Also, I see someone's comment down below in the last video to name the task force of the Quincy Remnant, their leader to be called Captain Price. And I'm fully behind on this idea. I think that's great. I mean, I'm not a fan of Call of Duty, but but hey. So we're going to put that Minuteman on the fish farm. Because that is part of the agreement that the remnants can have their own almost autonomous zone. This is weird. Right, just so that I don't spend all my time in this episode running around rounding up Minutemen who have gone to hide, I shall see you guys in just a second. Bear with me. Here we go, and that is the community up and running. So, we have an entrance guard here, who will probably be on during the night time, I reckon. I'm in two minds whether to have the tower on during the day and this person on during the night, but I'll work it out. We have someone up in this tower that we built, giving them a good view, at least an elevated view, so they can at least get an idea of what's coming. Blimey, gunners are attacking literally everything I have at the moment. It's really annoying.
Yes.
We have this person down here who is, well, selling guns or maintaining their guns, which they have here, and they have dozens of these guns everywhere, as referenced by these things. Obviously, the person up in the tower, so they've got a bit of a view. In here, there's supposed to be somebody here, but I think they haven't got to their post yet. Or they might be somewhere else. Who knows, probably stuck somewhere. This person is, of course, feeding the fish. Now, their animation kind of gets bugged, and they float in the air. So what did I do? I just put a crate under their feet, so it looks like they stand on the crate to throw the fish food. So I kind of like that little bootleg fix. You know, it's not a mistake, it's a happy accident. So I think that's a nice little touch, to be honest. Then you have this person here who is guarding during the night time. Or I might have them guarding during the day because of the visibility and how open they are out here. And then up here you have this gentleman who will be up here during the night. Because of because his view is going to be slightly more limited, I think up here is perfect because he's a little bit out of sight, he's a little bit out of the way. The lights from the candles here won't give him away too much at night, so he's got a pretty good view, and he's got a fucking missile launcher, so I'd like to think this guy's a pretty good candidate for blowing up invaders. So we're definitely going to keep this guy up here. So that's our 7 guys. So that's the 7 Quincy Remnants, and that is their camp.
People have been complaining a bit about the bed situation.
Seriously, I'm 1 bed short now. That actually sucks. But hey, we'll work that out in due course. Not a problem at all. Right, on to the next project. Oh, bear with me just a moment. My throat is getting dry. I'm still slightly recovering. Oh, excuse me. And it's extremely hot today. So, bear with me. I'm going to get a drink and I'll be right back with you. And we're back. I have a nice cold bottle of water here, which is absolutely sating my thirst. It's only when I got up to get a bottle of water that I realised I had a cup of coffee on my desk from like an hour ago, and I completely forgot it was there. So now I have a nice ice cold cup of coffee too. Which, if you ever had instant coffee cold, it's fucking disgusting. So, I mean, I can drink cold coffee, but only when the coffee is meant to have been cold in the first place. Anyway, up here on the top floor, as you might remember, we have put a sniper up here. Nice. So this room, as we agreed, is that door? It is. I have to make sure I hide that from view when I build this. I thought this would be a good place for the Minutemen Military Police Office. Now, I was really bummed when I couldn't build the office in GNR because of technical issues.
Yes?
Now, I appreciate this is going to eat into the settler and Minuteman ratio count, but I think this is a good project worth doing, so we're going to do it. If that means we have to put in a couple of extra settlers to balance it out, then so be it. Now, I haven't decided how many officers there's going to be, but I reckon this makes sense to be their quarters right next door. So, using the Snappy Builds kit, I believe the interior clean wood had these lovely dividers, which we were going to use in GNR and didn't have the opportunity. So we're going to make a police office out of this. Now, I'm thinking we're going to have probably 2 captains of this, or 2 like commander-in-chiefs, etc. No, I think 1 commander-in-chief and then a kind of duty manager I think is good for this. So we're going to have, let's put the captain's office over here. I want to make sure his desk is as far this way as possible because his conversation shouldn't be audible downstairs. It's confidential. Quite a lot of the stuff they'll be dealing with is confidential. I don't quite like that, so we're going to have to shift this across. That's it. And we have these end caps here to cap these off. That's it. Now I'm tempted to put something in to block off the top, but I don't think we'll need it, actually. So that's fine. Now we will probably carpet the upstairs here because it is an office, you know. Or at the very least, the boss's office is getting carpeted. Let's face it. He's the boss. He can have his office carpeted. Out here, I mean, I like this wood style, but I think we have too much of it up here. So let's give this a different style. Now, it seems a bit oldie worldy to me in the Fallout sense to put these tiles, but I think that red is a bit too garish. That is a Far Harbour piece, I think, and that is way too garish. Of course, we have half tiles up here as well, which we'll have to take into account. You know what, let's use these Far Harbour pieces here. Yeah, I think that's fine. So we got halves as well. So we can still carpet these halves. It's not a problem. Looks like these function ever so slightly differently in terms of their placements. Oops, no, needs to go down one. There we go. Excellent. Now we need wallpapers. So shared interiors. We want something inviting but not too inviting. Want something that looks kind of fresh. But then again, this is the main house, so maybe something that isn't too fresh. Like we've adopted what was there before, and I think I saw one back here I quite like the look of. I mean, that looks kind of worn, like we've taken it from somewhere else. So, excuse me. Yes, I am aware that is covering a window. That's it. And how close to the wall is that? Oh, a bit too much. That's it. Perfect. And it doesn't glitch through, which is exactly what we want. Now there should be a double window. DLC. Come on, I've seen this before. It's got to be shared interiors. Come on, I've genuinely seen this. This is not right. Am I missing some of my wallpaper selection? I must be missing some, unless it's in the interior kit here. I have to be missing something here. I swear to God I had more than this. No, I swear to God there was more than this. Okay, we're going to have to go with these instead, which I don't hate. We'll go with these. Now, what colour would suit up here better? Okay, so we've got the bright red. I think the muted blue looks better. Ooh, that really doesn't like me. It's almost like the wall is not aligned. That's probably because it's not. Now the luxury I have with these particular walls is I can actually line them up. Like so. That's it. Hey, so you can't get away from me. And of course, the small walls doesn't have the double window tile. Am I just missing something? Am I seriously just missing something? No, there had to be more than this. Unless it's under here. Now those are doorways. Is it under here? No, those are the angled walls. Those are angled. Dub windows. Is it this one I'm looking for by any chance? It's this one. Oh my lord. My lord, was that difficult. That was way more difficult than it needed to be. I was starting to panic there, almost. Okay, so we can actually put some wallpaper in. We don't have to worry about anything else down there. That is fine. So these half walls can be baked in using this. That's the one. Much easier when I can separate the two like that. I told you I'm really scatterbrained today. I don't know why. I think maybe the heat has melted my brain. That wouldn't surprise me. Not with how hot it's been. That's the thing. I will moan about it because I'm British and our houses are literally designed to keep heat in, not out. So, I mean, we don't have aircon in our buildings in the UK. Offices don't have them. They basically never have. Doorways. Oh, you've heard me getting all in a tizzy now. It's fun. There we go. So the office has been decorated at last. I get there in the end. I'm like Great Northern Railways. I shouldn't really say that. They don't get there at all half the time. Right, so want to go containers, office. Now these guys will probably have a captain, maybe a duty sergeant or something on this end. And then we will have the officers here. And I'm just going to put a bank of desks. So I'm going to put 4 in a group here. Like that. Just need to straighten this desk up a little bit. I might pull these back just to give the employees in here just a little bit of extra space. Duty sergeant can be tucked back here against the wall a little bit, so there is a bit of a gangway to walk through. Don't want to get in the way of it. Now, under snappy builds, interiors, interior, would be clean. We have these railings, which we need to put in here and here, as a matter of course. I just tuck it back by a couple of units to hide the wood rails. Excellent. Now the door slides, so I don't need to worry about the chairs getting in the way. Seats. Now there are some lovely office chairs. Problem with these is they're actually barber's chairs. So if you put that down and you try and sit on it, well, you will start the haircut interface. So definitely not worth doing for those. Not worth doing in the slightest. These bright and vibrant ones give a nice kind of office environment. If you guys have names for these guys, that would be ideal, because these are the first 5 military police. 6 even. 6 military police. Now these guys are going to be tasked with investigations and all that. throughout the whole of this area. So they might not always be at this settlement, but you will see them around. You'll see them around. Nice little coughing fit there. Always good. Nice. Actually, I don't even know why I'm putting these dumb chairs down, because I can't actually use them. Because I need to give them jobs, which means the only ones that I can use are settlement markers. Which would be these things. Guards who are writing. Need a couple of those. Actually, we're going to have more or less all of them doing that. That's it. And then we'll have one who is typing. Ooh. Excuse me. Chair typing, that's the one. That was also my phone, not yours, by the way. Chair typing. Is there one that's got a typewriter built in? Is the question. I don't think I do. I think I'd have to put the typewriter down manually to do that. Actually, this could double up, because I need a typewriter station anyway, because I need to print schedules for the staff at the settlement. But it can also look like the guard here is typing on it, so that's good. Question though, how much in the way of office supplies do I actually have? Office and lounge, office goodies. Chalk. I've got telephones, that's fine. I've got no pens and I've got no pencils. That's useful. Well, since we're rebuilding the Commonwealth, having a telephone at your desk is not going to be uncommon. So you will all have telephones. Some of you will have it in different places, considering that you're all unique. I'm not just going to make it a standard office. I'm going to give it a little bit of character. Also, in your furniture, this is where the captain will be. And you will have filing cabinets in this office, naturally. That's it. Just for all of your records, of your investigations and all that. You'll keep them locked at night, and we'll keep the place, you know, staffed 24/7, so you're not going to have confidential files being stolen. The captain will, of course, be in here. I don't know what the difference between these two file cabinets are, but I'll roll with it. Great. And he will have this metal, no, this nice smart wooden desk here. So he'll have that over there, and I can, well, not camouflage, but I can integrate this into here as well. So that he will turn to face whoever he's interviewing or talking to in here. And I think because we have people writing in here, we're going to need some proper lights. And when I say proper, I mean the light bulb hanging from the ceiling proper. Because nobody can really write in the dark without completely ruining their eyes. As a basic fact, even people living after the apocalypse would know. Excellent. Now let's put in some displays. I'm actually going to put an armor rack in here. I mean, this guy will have some trophies, right? He will definitely have a floor covering in his office. I mean, it's his office. You know, he's gonna make it look at least semi-presentable for whoever's in here, which I think is fine. And we'll put another light bulb right over the captain's desk so that he can see what he's doing. Now, given how big his office is, I reckon I can put in a proper door. Did I get that right? Okay, I thought I only had 19 doors left, not 119. Must have read the two ones as a single one. That's fine. I think that's pretty good as a starting point. I will come back here and put some more stuff in here at a later stage, but this is a good start. We still have some work to do out here. I'm not a big fan of this ceiling transition, so we might have to do something about that. Need to cap this wall. We need to expand this into a proper living quarters for the Minutemen military police, and this could be a reception for the military police. So I could have a civilian manning this. I could make it a shop, so we kill two birds with one stone, increase the settlement's happiness while we're at it. I mean, they have balcony access. They can sit out here and enjoy themselves. This door would be off limits, but this could be shared by the civilians too. I'm really liking how this is coming together. Just a quick save before all my progress goes down the toilet. But yeah, I'm going to go out and scavenge off camera for some pens and pencils and office supplies. I could probably raid GNR for a few of those. Maybe head down to the castle to buy some trash items. I'll also go and do a top up of P220 handguns because we're still running low on them. Got to update my spreadsheet with all my running totals. That'll be a great thing for the end of the series. And we still do have the entire poorhouse to complete here. At the moment, I'm more interested in getting settlers in and housed rather than decorating their quarters yet.
My back hurts, my feet hurt,
Lovely.
everything hurts.
So this is probably where I'm going to leave you. Right here. So guys, remember, if you're enjoying the series, please make sure you like, comment and you subscribe. And you share it just about everywhere, because the more people see us rebuilding the Commonwealth, the better. Hey! Remember, Minuteman name suggestions, put them in the comments. Build suggestions, comments. I do read every comment. I do try to reply as well if I'm a day or two late. Please forgive me. But yeah, the uploading spree continues. I'd just like to take the weekends to decompress if possible. I will have some Project Zomboid content coming soon. I'm about halfway through the script on that. This stuff is some quite meaty content, so it's taking me a while to get through, but I will get there. So watch out for that, and when you see it, make sure you like and comment on that too. If you're into that, of course. But for now, this is where I'm going to leave you. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you've made it all the way to the end, then just know that I love you, and I love you even if you didn't get to the end. Not that you'll hear this, because you're not at the end. I'll stop the paradox. But for now, take care, peace out, and have a good one. See you later.